A landlord said to his driver, "Why have you brought your wife here?" The driver said, "We need to discuss something." The landlady said, "What do you need to discuss?" The driver said, "We need 100,000 rupees." The landlord said, "What will you do with 100,000? Your salary is only 12,000. The driver said, "I want to educate my wife and make her a collector, a high-ranking administrative officer. We need the money and we will pay you back." The landlady said, "You're always asking for money. We are not responsible for your wife and we don't have the money." The driver pleaded, "We don't have any money. Please lend it to us. We will repay you later." The landlord asked, "How will you repay such a large amount?" The driver replied, "We will give you 5,000 rupees every month from my salary." The landlord said, "How will you run your household? Your salary is already low." The driver insisted, "We will manage everything. I will work another job too, but I must educate my wife." The landlady said, "This isn't a movie scene where you will make your wife a collector and waste our money." The driver said, "It's our dream. We couldn't fulfill our own dreams, but we will fulfill my wife's." The landlord said, "How will you manage so much work? If you do, you won't get any sleep, and it might cause problems for me with my work." The driver assured him, "You won't have any problems from our side. The day my wife becomes a collector, we will finally be at peace." The landlady said, "We can't give you that much money. Educating your wife is your responsibility, not ours. And the collector's exam is very difficult. Your wife won't be able to pass it." The landlord told his wife, "You stay quiet," and said to the driver, "You will come to work on time tomorrow morning." The driver said, "You will have no problems from our side." The landlord asked, "How is your wife in her studies?" The driver replied, "She is very good at studying, but we don't have the money." The landlord said, "Becoming a collector is difficult, but if she works hard, she can pass." The driver said, "She will work hard. Sooner or later, she will become a collector. You have my word." Then the landlord told his wife, "Go get 100,000 rupees." The landlady said, "We are not giving him the money. Send him away." The landlord said, "I said go get the money." So the wife went to get the money. The driver said, "Thank you. We will repay all the money." The landlord said, "It's not a problem, but your wife's dream is coming true." Then the landlady brought the money, and the landlord gave it to the driver, saying, "You are taking a loan, and you must work hard, otherwise this money will be wasted." The driver said, "If my wife succeeds, it will be because of your kindness." The landlord said, "No problem. Go and get your wife admitted." The driver thanked him, and then they both left. Afterwards, the landlord said to his wife, "Let's go." The wife said, "Wait, I don't think he will return the money. I warned you, and I also don't believe he will educate his wife." The landlord said, "He will definitely make his wife a collector. It's not necessary that only a rich man's son becomes rich. Poor people often achieve more. If she becomes a collector, we will be very happy." The wife said, "I don't think she will become a collector, but I can guarantee that they will not return the money you gave." The landlord said, "He is honest and will return every single rupee. I believe that good times will come for them one day. You have never seen poverty. And regarding the money, I gave it, and I will be the one to take it back if needed. Now come with me." Then they both left. A like is certainly deserved for this kind-hearted landlord who gave 100,000 rupees to help his poor driver educate his wife.